My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Monster Train 2. What's going on here? What have you done to us? Seraph Eternus, show some savagery? Aha, I know. You have rage wings! You have rage wings that I'm gonna have to deal with. Also, the melee weakness on play, that's gonna be annoying as well. We're leading with Baron Grail and following with Shardtail Queen, so that is Lazarus League Exiled and Hellhorned Exiled. Pieheart is Heart of the Pact. After playing a card from your primary and allied clan, draw an additional card next turn. We've also got 2 copies of Explosive Reaction in the deck, 2 Ember to apply Unstable 25 and deal 5 damage, 2 copies of Ritual of Battle, very expensive spells in this deck, 3 Ember to apply Rage 12, and then a Rail Beater, 1 Ember, 2 size, has Armor 30, and on strike, apply Melee Weakness 1 to the unit. Archeon's also going to be moving ours. So we've got Queen's Implings and Erratic Assistance. We've got a lot of chump units. We've got basically no spells in the base deck, and our only spells are very expensive. What do you do with a problem like that? Let's have a look at the Herzl's Horde first. Interesting. Volatile Gauge. When you draw any non-champion card, its cost is randomized between 0 and 3. Also, draw 2 additional cards each turn. Realistically, that makes our Erratic Assistance a problem, and it makes our Queen's Implings also a problem. It makes our Rituals of Battle and our Explosive Reactions absolutely busted. I've also been turning down the gauge a lot. Let's not do that. Hit Hungers, Devour an Assistant, gain their damage, or Living Armory, when equipped, apply 8 additional damage to friendly units on the floor. I'm going to take Devour. I think I need to set up on the bottom line. I will need Rail Beater. Let's summon Erratic Assistant. I'll eat the Erratic Assistant, gaining the equipment. Drop the equipment on the unit as well. Explosive Reaction. Now that's a unit that's dying. You devour every turn, so I could just play another explosive for no reason. Actually, no reason? I can prevent 6 damage here? Not a half bad reason. Yeah, especially considering I don't have the ability to give additional damage to Rail Beater, but it's very easy to give additional damage to Baron Grail. This should definitely be what we do. Let's chump with the Queen's Impling. Did these two both not get randomized, or can they not be randomized? Let me devour one of them. You gotta drop the Ritual of Battle. Explosive Reaction saves 9 health on this floor. Also triggers Heart of the Pact for apparently the first time. Explosive Reaction clears out the line for us. Erratic Assistant gets devoured for free, and then gives additional damage to our front line, and Ritual Battle as well. Good. We take absolutely no damage there. The main problem of this deck, like, we've got good damage scaling and we've got good damage projection via the explosive reactions in Baron Grail, obviously, as well as the Ritual of Battle. Really, our main problem is consistency of damage projection, because we don't have the explosive reaction every hand, and also Rail Beater needs health. Replicator Ray. Consume, but remove equipment from a friendly unit, and then copy that unit. 100%. This early? It's a great. Also expensive. Another Ritual Battle. When you randomize their cost, they're really good. Hellhorned, Banner, and a Merchant of Magic. I mean, I do want a Hellhorn card. There are a lot of Hellhorn banner units that are very expensive. Obviously, I am thinking of Demon Friend right now. But I will also note that lowering the cost of explosive reactions, double stack on Ritual Battle, things like that, those are all going to be really, really good. Can I afford to not get a minion upgrade here? Ooh, with Merchant of Magic in the second area, meaning I'm not getting a minion upgrade there either, that becomes a lot harder because I need to be able to support Railbeater somehow. And realistically, you've just got the 30 health. That's all you have for us. Shame. I mean, Reanimate and Heartstone is obviously incredible to put on you. Sorry, Reanimate. Large Stone and Heartstone. Yeah, Reanimate's actually pretty good on you as well, because you come back with 30 armor. No, you don't come back with 30 armor. That's not how that works. If you had Summon gain 30 armor, you would. That said, before I do anything here... Yeah, because what if you get a Hulking Mass? It's 2 Ember, 3 size, armor 40, reanimated, gain 40 armor. I'm going to give you Reanimate. Now here's the question. Do I also give you Endless? I obviously can't give you Large Stone. I'll give you Endless. I'll give Railbeater 20 additional health to start supporting another line. Actually, do you want to start supporting another line, or do you want to continue supporting another line, maybe? Yeah, big Railbeater. To beat the big rails. Enemy units on each floor. With explosive reaction, we would be really good, but I can set up Baron Grail, Hulking Mass top line, and just take a couple hits. Queen Simplings would obviously help. Yeah, not too bad, this. Baron Grail's main problem here is not being able to devour assistance, because everyone's 3 size. So I can play Baron on the top floor by itself, and then start running other lines. That's probably what I should do right now. Not in the long term, but right now. Let's get Railbeater on the bottom line, then Hulking Mass, then Baron Grail on the top by himself. Nope. Sorry about that. Failed to hit the mic in time. So explosive reaction will kill one of these lines. I suspect the best target for that is top. So there's a huge amount of HP up there. That said, there's a couple other plays I could do as well. Like Queen Simpling into Queen Simpling on top. I can even throw a Erratic Assistant behind and then sacrifice it next turn. Yeah, that's a lot better. We even get an additional draw next turn. Okay, so the shards can have their cost randomized. I'm not going to be playing a lot of shards then. So I might need to focus on some ways to gain additional fire health as well. Explosive reaction to this line. Pretty obvious why we do that. Still can't start devouring yet, unfortunately. But soon. Yeah, just get a bunch of damage on the Spear Steward, who does double damage courtesy of the Rail Beater. And this one's just a chump sack. With Explosive Reaction taking out the backline, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this bottom line wins by itself. And indeed it does. I'll eat that. Get him. Forevermore Serum. 1 Ember, consume, apply, reanimate 1. Horrify and the Overworked Assistant. Another assistant. It's not like they're bad, but I don't incant a lot because I don't play a lot of spells because most of our cards aren't spells. Also, you're 0 cost, so you'll most often get randomized up in cost. At least Furthermore Serum, because it can only randomize between the cost of 0, 1, 2, and 3, it's only a 50% chance this even costs more. Half the time it costs 0 or 1, the other half, 2 or 3. Horrify, retreat a unit and apply Dazed 1. Obviously, good. Obviously, there's a lot of use for a Horrify. A lot of use. Hornbreak, Fledgling Imp, and Fortify. Hornbreak's a pretty good spell. Yeah, give me a bit more targeted damage. I'm gonna have to deal with Rage Wings after all. Alright, this one's Merchant of Magic Hellhorned. -1 intrinsic and -1, both here. Oh my god, yes please. I was actually ready to just take the most expensive one that was offered to me, but I guess I'll just take the Multi-Striker. Thank you, though. I'm pretty happy about that. -1 cost intrinsic. I feel like I do that on a Ritual of Battle. God. Do I have enough gold to hold it over? The thing is, so this can now maximum randomize the cost of 2. So the costs that this Ritual Battle can randomize are now 0, 0, 1, and 2. Because it'll randomize the cost and then it will apply the -1 cost from the Seek Stone. Holdover's pretty hard to use. No, I'm gonna go with the negative cost again, because then this is a insane dupe target. That's so much rage in the early game. Plus 20? No. Oh, wow. One Horn's Tome, obviously. Because that number is not that number. Consume, apply Fragile and Multi-Strike 1 to a unit. Yeah, I suspect I'll probably do that on the Baron Grail, and I'll find a way to support your fragility. Archeon's pushing units back, so that fragility does kill units at the moment. Gotta be concerned with that. I do think Baron Grail with the Sackflaw on the top line was the right idea. I think Rail Beater could easily stand to just have Horned Warrior behind for pushing damage. Calcified Ember that we get to burn for free, and then Ritual Battle for 24 damage on the Horned Warrior on the bottom line. Yeah, pretty happy about those. I could chump block 13 damage here with the Queen's Impling, or I could throw another Ritual Battle. Realistically, another Ritual Battle doesn't actually change any outcomes right now. Fine. I'm gonna horrify you to the back of the line. Wait, hang on. Action or resolve abilities, right? Never mind. I'm also going to horrify the boss so that it can't move my rail beater back by pushing it. And some erratic assistant top line, sack it, gaining the Scissor Hands. I'll give Scissor Hands to Horned Warrior for the moment. And I'll set up Queen's Impling Chump Blocker as well. Especially because it triggers Heart of the Pact, which, again, I wasn't even thinking about. I never remember Heart of the Pact. I need like a blinking reminder on my cursor. I want to give one Horn's Dome there, but I can't. Because how am I going to block Archeon from pushing them in the wrong direction? I got to use my one Horn's Tome on the top line, unfortunately. Because I can jump block on that line at the least. And in fact, I regularly do. Nice. Well, this is good at least. Happily take a whole load of damage that I can do here. Love that. We finally got Baron Grail set up. Oh, I don't have dazed. Our bottom line's going to be revealed. I'm glad that I'm building damage on the top line then. Replicator Ray. No, I'm not going to let my Horned Warrior get moved. I'm going to give Replicator Ray to Rail Beater, keep him in the front line. Save some health on midline as well. That worked out really well. Replicator Ray is so good. I wouldn't be surprised if our bottom line wins this fight. In fact, I should be surprised if it doesn't, because it will. And it has. Damn. I was trying to horn break that unit, but I hit it with the Ritual Battle. It didn't change the outcome, so I decided to let it just slide. Wow. Wow. Tome of Horrors. 3 Ember, consume, apply unstable 50 to a unit, which means if its health is less than 50 at the end of the round, it'll die, and it'll hit the enemies for damage. And also reanimate 1. There's also Last Stand, double the amount of rage on friendly units, and then Minds of their own. 3 Ember to make a friendly units that have equipment attack immediately, which is obviously really good. Man, this is absurd. They're all 3 costs, so we have Volatile Gauge. That's really what I'm like flipping out about here. I want Tome of Horrors because I like Tome of Horrors hulking mass bottom line. I love the idea of that. Test subject alpha with a quick sweep. So hulking mass has test subject alpha quick sweep behind it. Frontline. So like hulking mass and that's the bottom line now. Then it's rail beater horned for the second line, and then it's Devara Grail on the top. Wow. Yes. I do kind of want additional capacity, but I absolutely need additional Ember. Just one more Ember each turn is going to give us so much flexibility. It's probably going to be Ember and draw, and I'll find ways to mitigate needing energy. Sorry, capacity, Rob. Mention of Steel Empyrean. Well, yes, there are certainly cards in this deck to dupe. Ritual of Battle comes to mind. I really, really, really want to upgrade my Tome of Horrors. I want Test Subject Alpha to get some additional damage, maybe Multi-Strike even. What do I want to dupe, though? Another One-Horn's Tome? Not really. Another Tome of Horrors, I do, but only if I can reanimate the unit consistently. And hulking mass, I can't. Like, I can't keep you alive that well. Of course, the Pyro Remains is super useful. Bunch of trinkets, however, on the other side. I won't take it. It hungers to devour assistance. Smidgestone. Smidgestone Large Stone? Well. God, are those actually good on someone right now? It's also an Imperial. I could Large Stone, Smidge Stone, a Horned Warrior. The only thing is your cost is 1. The Death Subject Alpha, your cost is 2, but you'll both be the same cost. I don't need 2 Test Subject Alphas, though, and I'm considering duping the card that I hit with the Smidge Stone and Big Stone. Should I be considering that? How many Rituals of Battle will I really need in the deck? I'm gonna go Test Subject Alpha. You'll be my big small. Then for our dupe, I will go for the Ritual Battle with the double upgrade on. Especially because my opening hand is going to have 5 cards by default, and then it also draws the intrinsic cards in hand. So it's not 2 of my opening 5 will be Ritual Battle, it's 2 of my opening 7. Makes it a lot better. Pyre Dampen and -1 energy per turn, admittedly, kind of bad, but I do have Hell's Flame, so I think I will be able to persist with this. Do I chump with a Shield Steward until the Rail Beater comes? Thing is, then I can't be guaranteed the Shield Steward will die at the right time, and I can chump with other units, so. The answer I will give you is no. Nice. I mean, I could hit these enemies. I don't need to, because I can just level up like that. Actually, hang on. There is a good reason to do that. Because I can now have the Queen's Impling take all of the corruption. As for the additional 48 damage that I can give to a single unit, I'll give it twice to the test subjects. And then hold my mana. Let's get a Rack Assistant on the field and eat it. Replicate Array is available. I mean, I should just do it, right? Scissor Hands, Replicate Array. And just let 2 test subject alphas with 23 rage apiece just keep swiping through the enemies. You get to the next floor and, buddy, I trust you. Trust me, you're not going to want to get there. Erratic Assistant gets eaten. Multi-strike and Scissor Hands, the backliner. The one that's less likely to get to attack, but also less likely to run into spikes, courtesy of similar reasons. Although I don't think there's spikes in this fight, but I'm still planning around things that aren't in the fight because I'm just doing general planning right now rather than specific fight planning. Something I mentioned previously I'm probably going to have to move away from soon. Horrify to save some HP. Oh, never mind. It doesn't actually save any HP. It's just the corruption that we're taking in damage here. Let's have you reanimate, buddy. Great timing. Oh no, there's so much corruption on my front guy. No! Actually, I guess the reanimate doesn't look that interesting because its explosion is just 50 damage to the enemy. I really need to find a way to spike the amount of reanimate I give him. Reanimate spike, please. Mixology, mix twice. Mixing is a way to do it. 2 cost is also probably the right price. Buffer Flesh, 1 Ember, graft spiky skin. On revenge, gains spikes 3. I will say, hulking mass, doing that would be... would it? No, because the sweep is already managed by other units, so you're not even going to do that many revenge triggers. Surgical Strike, Piercing, and Ephemeral Copy in your hand. I think I will take the Mixology. And you know what? For a similar reason... Oh no. Tomb of Horrors, Replicate Array, One Horn's Tome. Yeah, the only consume cards I have in this deck are straight fire. Just insane heat. I might burn. I have to take it. Impish Scholar, possibly getting Endless would be really nice. Possibly getting another copy of it in the deck would also be really nice. I will say, spell upgrades are certainly most important here. Especially Tome of Horrors getting double stack. Cost reduction, consume removal for Replicate Array. Obviously double stack as well on One Horn Stone, but I think I would put it elsewhere first. And cost reduction pretty much on every spell as well. Merchant of Steel, there's obvious hits. I mean, damage for the Multi-Strike Warrior, the Impish getting Endless, but they're less reliable and less consistent. Intrinsic at -1 as well as -2 and Consume. -2 Consume, I feel like I just put on one of the Rituals of Battle. And now that's pretty much a free Ritual of Battle. -1 cost an Intrinsic. I do want to put on something like One Horn's Tome. I can't right now. It's way too much. to do. I'm going to make the Tome of Horrors intrinsic, and then I'm going to reroll. Spell chain, you say? Spell chain and -1 cost, you say? Actually, spell chain and -1 cost? Oh no, I don't have an Amber Stone here. Please. Organ Harvester on Slay, gain Reanimate. I don't think a unit on death, this unit explodes, dealing damage equal to stacks to enemies on the floor. Does that count as a slay for the unit that dies? Also, that wouldn't even be consistent because we've got sweep units on the bottom line anyway. I'm going to take the money, and I will use that money for the negative costing on the mixology. The obvious removals from this deck are the units that I literally never summon. That I have to keep drawing through, that are way too large to, frankly, ever get summoned. Draw 1 less each turn. I mean, I am drawing 2 additional, so... Easier to make that bargain. Perfect. Still have the mana to play all of them. Mass. That's our 3-floor setup. I love that the subject alpha is just going to be destroying all of the enemies like that immediately. Tome of Horrors. I don't know if I play you, because I can't keep the hulking mass alive. Like, I would be able to play it again after Endlessness, at least. Maybe that's good enough. Who do I want to set up to be able to dupe? Actually, I think more than that, I probably just want damage on the next line. I guess I also jump block here. Is it time for a Replicate Array? Oh, it is. I think I'm going to get a second copy of the Hulking Mass. Because it'll come with the Unstable and the Reanimate. Is it good? Be fun to watch, though. Ooh, mixology, yes. Let's eat the Erratic Assistant on the top line first. Get a second one there loaded, ready. One of these is going to be played again next turn due to Endlessness. Mixology, we're looking for regen, because that's the line that can get... that's the line that can generate... Oh my god. Seriously? The 3 things this line can generate are regen, spikes, and reanimate, and it never generated a single reanimate. Rude. I guess I'll give the multicast up there. Thankfully, I can just play that. It's just a thing I'm allowed to do. Impish. I'll play the results of an Impish basically whenever I draw it. Right, it'll return it at base cost, so I do need to return it and then cycle it through the deck if I really want to be manipulating its cost. There's the mixology again, which I will. There we go, reanimate, woo! Second reanimate, woohoo! It's so easy to get now that I don't need it as much. Spikes 3, why not? And reanimate again. Yeah, that's exactly why we do that. Should I jump block with a shield seer on the top line? I'm thinking maybe not. I don't have any equipment to give anyone, so if I use Replicate Array, it would have to be on the test subject alpha. I'm going to test this rather than counting first. Okay, yeah. That'll take care of our test subject problem. Sorry, our boss problem, rather. So what I want to do is get, like, this Hulk with all of that stuff on it, and then a Tome of Horrors, or rather a Tome of Horrors, and then give it so much reanimate that I can continue supporting it. Realistically, it's accomplishing the same job as the Sweeper, though. There's the Organ Harvester again. Hi. On Slay, gain reanimate. I mean, God, I need to know. Oh, no. Important work. Oh, I wish. Unfortunately, friend, you are 0 cost, which means most of the time I will draw you at a higher cost than I had paid. You will not really replace that. Branding right. Decent way to give it little lick of armor to someone as well as do some damage. I mean, it's a 2 cost. I can happily cycle that through. Social Archive, Merchant of Trinkets, Merchant of Arms, Forgotten Boons, Merchant of Arms, Forgotten Boons, Merchant of Arms, and Forgotten Boons. I mean, do I really want to put Organ Harvester in my opening hand before I know whether or not I can use it? Maybe not. Spell Sanctum, you say? Spells cost -1, you say? Volatile Gauge, I say. Stoke Plate Mail, Silence. No, still don't have a unit on my silencer. Another Organ Harvester. And there's also Steward's Quarters, just in case I want to use that for 0 capacity. Sorry, for 1 capacity on a floor. Kind of leaning Organ Harvester, just have a second copy in the deck so the hulking mass hits it much earlier. I'm so sold that that will work in this way for possibly no good reason. If the unstable kills are not attributed to the hulking mass, then these 2 copies of the card in the deck, realistically, they're just, it's just weapons. It's the same weapons I get from the Erratic Assistant, but they cost Ember. Like, it's not great. Merchant of Magic, Merchant of Steel. Am I going Steel in the next area or Magic? I'm going Magic. Merchant of Magic very well. Yeah, I will save my money so I can go super expensive there. However, I do think I probably get a lot of value from removing the 2 Shield Stewards from the deck right now. Because they are utterly unplayable. Spell Sanctum with its full cost. Wow, you only rounded things up in cost here. Rude. I'm not going to play Spell Sanctum immediately then. And I suppose I will also not play Horned Warrior immediately then. Alright, Spell Sanctum for the bottom floor. Now it's free. So Horrors, and then I'll give you Organ Harvester so we can see if that works. I really want to give all of this ritual to the test subject, but the thing is, if I do that, then the test subject is going to get all of the kills on the bottom line. I'm going to slow this down. I need to see. So. We exploded with the instability. We killed the backline unit, but we did not gain reanimate. Damn. Not a huge fan of that, but it happened. So, I can hit a replicator right here. Get a second copy of you cycling through, I guess. Alternatively, I kind of want to, yeah, I actually will. Now that I know how the slay on that blade works, I'm just not going to be equipping it there. And I will use the rage on the right target. So, Spell Sanctum still. I will still give you the Tome of Horrors. No, you can absolutely propagate through the deck. One Horn's Tome, and then I will replicate you. Perfect. Now the bottom line attacks for 244 before the enemies can do anything. I think might be enough. Wings Impling to chump block on that line, and I might as well use an explosive reaction. Ooh, hello Mixology. Consume pile, there's also Tome of Horrors and One Horn's Tome in it. Mixology costs some of the floors. Dang, not what I was looking for, obviously. I'll take a sap and a melee weakness. I'll throw those on a unit. And then start mixing again, regen, and no reanimates, unfortunately. Impish Scholar returns. Oh, it does not return it at its original cost. It returns it at the new cost. Cool. So you do have another Replicator right here. I'm going to drop another Organ Harvest on the field and then Replicator again. Which means I won't be able to summon additional monstrosities on this floor. That's a concern. I'll have to find a new chump block every single turn. I actually don't think I want an additional copy of the Quick Sweepers there. I think that actually would be too much. We went Sap and then Melee Weakness. Throw back you. And then we went Regen and then failed to hit Reanimate, unfortunately. So I'm going to Regen 2. Great. Okay, we're set up at the same thing again. EV around Persistence. I do play the Impish Scholar. It brings back Replicator Ray, but I don't have to do anything about that. I can just keep that Replicator Ray for myself for a later date. Yeah. And then drawing Hulking Mass here and being able to actually play it on the bottom line is why we had to do that turn wholly differently in the first place. Lord, we do so much damage. Suppose I ought horrify you. Thank you for coming to the damage line. How can I help you today? Oh, no. Obviously, it's thank you for coming to the damage line. How can I hurt you today? Obviously. I think just having enough reanimate as well is kind of balancing out the fragility of the test subject alpha. Yeah, that's my bad. I shouldn't have spent the earlier infusion, because I would have been able to continue fishing for reanimate more consistently. Okay, and now that the Hulking Mass is never dying again, now I can use another Replicator Ray. Good lord. 600 damage to the enemy line, and then they get to play. Best thing I'll be able to do long term is just preventing some additional damage if I can. Oh my god. Thank you for randomizing these costs. These are acceptable. Good lord. Your turn, buddy. Oh my god. Okay, so I could get a second copy of Tome of Horrors. Sure. But I already have one in the base deck, and if it's really good, then I end up just duping it to get another copy of it, rather than getting another copy. Mine's of their own, though. I don't have a copy of this in the deck. Equip units attack friendly immediately, and transcend it. I don't have enough summon triggers to really care about. Especially because the Queen Simplings are eventually going to get cut from the deck. It's draw. It's draw. The Hunt of Magic. Draw 3. Motion magic. Yep. Double stack. Oof. I mean, I can double stack and then also make intrinsic the One Horn's Tome. I can even then dupe it. The only problem is that I need to make sure that that unit absolutely survives. Which I can do in a couple of different ways, actually. -2 consumed to one of the Ritual of Battles. I could reroll, but I won't be able to afford anything else. Mixology's nice, but no, it's got to be the One Horn's Tome. It's got to be. Front non-boss unit in every wave gets Reanimate. I don't think they have spikes in this. If they do, we'll have to refigure it out on the fly, but I don't think they do. They don't. Yep. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ugh, Impish Scholar's even in it. Ritual of Battle, One Horn's Tome. I'm gonna chump an Impish. Returning a free One Horn's Tome to hand. One Horn's Tome. Then let's give you Organ Harvester so you gain a bunch of Reanimate as well. Mixology. This is not what I wanted to see, so I will spend that before I use my other Mixology. And getting similar results, so I'll just go Rage here. Oh, I should have gone Rage Damage Shield. I didn't even... Oh, go back to the top of the turn to do that. I honestly don't think I should interfere in this in any way. Replicate Array is ready, and you have 7 Reanimate on you. We drew everything in exactly the right order. I can't be mad about this at all. How could I possibly? Yeah. There we go. Now we got 2 of you on the bottom line. The front of our 2 Tusk Subject Alphas is going to be the one that I end up giving the next Organ Harvester to. And there it is. Ideal. And now, everyone on the bottom line has something they can attack with. Minds of their own. Go! Oh, it's so mean. Yeah, that's Minds of Our Own in the deck right there, so should probably just so that's 707. It's roughly 1400 damage in the turn, and then after the turn, I can do it again if I want. Because it does it again before the enemies get to respond to me. Pretty good. Just developing 3 full floors so they can all watch what's happening on the bottom line and take notes. If you really want to be useful, here's how you do it. God, let me mixology the right mixes. Thank you. And you know what? I'm not even going to use the reanimate from it yet. I can be patient. Also, it does help that it's utterly irrelevant. They'll let me use Minds of Their Own. It doesn't really do anything, though. Just kills the enemies right before they were about to die. Oh, wow. We will lose our frontliner due to the spikes, but then we're going to reanimate them 41 times, so I think it'll be okay. Good fight. No. Closest would be Insatiable Hunger, but we're looking at giving lifesteal to units that are fragile now, so obviously no. Spike the Hellhorn, X-Rage, X-Armor. X-Rage and X-Armor is pretty good for a Test Subject Alpha. Merchant of Arms. No, I don't suspect so. As much as I do want to dupe another copy of One Horn Stone for the opening end, I do think card removal and Merchant of Magic and consistency is much better for us right now. When you summon the first imp unit each turn, gain 1 energy, draw 1 card. I will take that. Friendly units assigned to armor 5, I'll take that too. Equipped units gain armor 10, I'll take that also. And reroll. Oh my god. Artificial Pyre Stone so that I'm guaranteed to be able to play all my units from the opener is really nice. Friendly unit gains armor, gains additional 4 stacks. It enters with 9 armor and gains 14 for each equipment. Take the Artificial Pyre Stone there. -2 in Consume. Explosive Reaction is eventually going to be a bad card in the deck, so removing it becomes a higher priority, and Hornbreak is always used on enemies. See, these are at least mana pumps for us again now. And they do eventually get out of the deck. I should look at the cards that don't leave the deck that I do want to get out. Honestly, Horrify is not used commonly, and the other Explosive Reaction's pretty bad too. Branding Right's just not good for us at this point. It's fine. It's maximum of okay. It's better to not have it, I think, than have it. Easy Sanctum. I am so glad that I have the test subject alpha so that I can prevent chosen assassins from being able to strike us. One holds time. One holds time. Ritual of battle. Ritual of battle. Ritual of battle. See what mixology holds. Wow, regen. Really? I didn't even think that was possible. And reanimate. Reanimate again? Reanimate again. All right. Summon a Queen's Impling into the top line to chump for us. And unfortunately, no one can attack with the mines of their own right now. They have to attack with different mines. Get him, subject. You absolutely need the Organ Harvester. I want to chump Impish so bad. And will. And it gives me one Horn Stone for the test subject alpha. As well as actually the ability to play multiple erratic assistants up here. Gotta love that. No reason to really care about Hornbreak on any target, though. Grant. Perfect. We've got Replicator Ray to split you, and then I've got an Organ Harvester to immediately re-equip one of you. Can even equip the other as well, so I'm ready. What am I ready for? Just in case my weapons start to have a little bit of a mind of their own. I mean, if they do, it'll be utterly irrelevant, but I can do it. Mixology. Mixology. Although you take damage shield. You don't turn that down. Regen and... regen. Sure. I'll let Baron Grail eat another unit, despite the fact that it's so far long past the point at which that would matter at all. Welcome back, Mixology. How much reanimate will you give me? 0 on the first cast. Great. There we go. That's the stuff we're looking for, buddy. Thanks. Hold on to that Madman Infusion. Hulking Monstrosity doesn't need it right now. Yeah. I'm even going to Hornbreak one of my own imps so that I have space to play another one. Because this deck is getting down to the point of consistency. I'm drawing 9 cards next turn. I only have 10 cards in the deck, so I'm pretty likely to get my Mixology. there that mixology is. Or even more reanimate. Ooh, 2 triggers of just reanimate that time. Come on, do it again, reanimate, and regen. Sure, I'll take it. That helps make up for everything that's happened before. So, Minds of Their Own for 300 damage times 7 is 2,100 damage. With another 700, 2,800 damage on the bottom line. We'll do that before the enemies attack, and we'll do it after by Jove as well. To an empty floor? If I could, I would. I probably don't need to be developing this potion right now. There we go. We'll start with regen and the reanimate line again. I'm gonna start with Minds of Their Own. And that'll kill all of the enemies. So I don't have to play the curses out of my hand. Perfect. Show me those titans. I'm ready for them. Having a unit to sack each turn will be helpful. Whoa. Things were pretty expensive here, but thankfully, due to Artificial Firestone, we were still able to play everything. Oni Horn's Tome. Oni Horn's Tome. I really want to play Organ Harvester. And I should. It's just I also really want to chump block on the top line. I'll have enough time to chump appropriately. I'm not using Tome of Horrors yet. I'll let the Pyrelite hit me most of the time. I don't want to be sapping my units. And also I have so much health. It's not necessary for me to do anything about it, really. My only consumed cards... Damn it, I consumed an explosive reaction. I shouldn't have consumed that. It's obviously not what I want the Impish Scholar to give me back right now, and it didn't. Thank you for the One Horn's Tome. Beautiful. Okay. I want to use Minds of Their Own on the bottom line to get all of those units cleared first, so that I get 5 reanimate on the test subject alpha. Then I will remove your equipment and duplicate you. Sit hands for the backliner. I do need to have Pyrelite and play Pyrelite every turn for the sake of taking down Dominion at any appropriate rate. I want to thin the deck. Yeah, I want to thin the deck more than anything else, so I will remove another Impling from the deck. I don't want to daze the top because I want Pyrelite to be developed every turn, so if I daze Dominion, even if it won't hit my Pyre, I won't make my Pyre more powerful and I won't get to attack a second time, and 100% Dominion is going to be the one that takes the longest here, considering what's happening on the bottom line. Although I do want to play Hornbreak on Dominion. Oh! Promising mixology. We might actually get to some reanimation here, brother. And we do. 2 reanimate. Nice. Keep the hulking mass comfortable and healthy. Oh boy. Yeah, Baron Grail's not doing so hot on that line by itself. Organ Harvester is here to give the reanimate. Twilight's added to hand rather than drawn as well, so it'll always be added to hand at 1 cost. If I play it on the bottom line, it'll always be 0 cost. Handy. Thanks to the trample damage, our front fragile unit is going to be taking some damage to savagery, but it's only to armor, so it's not going to trigger fragile death. But also, we do have 5 more reanimates after that if we needed them. Let's use Minds of Their Own to immediately destroy this bottom line. And then here's some more reanimate for you, but you will die after it, unfortunately. Highlight the top line. Mixology. Ah, no reanimate, damn. And again. Admittedly, this is becoming a slight concern. 30. You're horrified right now. You're taking additional damage on this midline. I'm going to daze you so that I can skip some of this damage. I will play the curse as well and then develop a defender. I need more chumps than I have access to right now. Also, if I could split these 2 up on different lines, it'd be so much better. Good minds of their own. Horrify saves us the top line again, so I absolutely need to do it. Highlight the boss and continue fishing for thank you. Come on. Reanimate. Yay. That's all I needed. Reanimate 2. Oh, reanimate 3. I think I have enough time. I think I have just enough time. We're never going to leak a unit. Get horrified. I'm not letting you attack my units. Thank you. that was going to happen as well. I will prevent some of the incoming damage because it's urgent enough. I almost want them to stop attacking. They're taking so much time attacking targets who are already very dead. Give you some melee weakness so that you take more. Actually, can I fish for more melee weakness still? That's okay. We have it. Get him, Pyre. My God. Yeah, when you can ignore draw and energy, things get pretty nutty. Or rather, when you can focus on draw as energy. That was a pretty good run, if I do say so myself. Fragile applied 12. My new personal record. One decent way to master each of the cards as well. Let's have a look at the outpost, which I believe will have a message for me. Do you remember who you once were? You know, before Arechi went and brought you back to life?
Nope.
That doesn't bother you at all? Aren't you curious?
Nope. I like how I am now. Areki made me this way, which means he likes how I am too.
I guess I could get used to this body, but I'd still like to know who I was. I'll be right back. You said you could answer my questions. I want to know who I really am.
Huh, don't we all? Listen, we ain't so different from the other angels and angels. We have souls, just like the others. The only difference is our souls weren't molded by the wildwood or wiped clean into the shroud when Arechi made us. We kept a piece of our old selves intact. That's why you're feeling strange. You've still got a piece of you can recognize.
What? Why would he do that?
Who knows? After even 251 reanimations, that piece of me is still there. Even though this old body's wearing down on me.
I guess that explains things, but I'm not sure what to do now.
Well, you could see what this life has to offer. You know, I have an idea. Hey, Lenny! Yes, George. Why don't you show the new guy around the outpost? Maybe take him to the Tipsy Inn? Tipsy Inn, here we come. Come on, follow me.
Hey, thanks for watching out for me back there.
Don't mention it, kid.
For the moment. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2, top left of the series playlist from the content of the game past, present, future. YouTube recommendation down below. Streaming past to the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/Rhapsody Plays. And above the thank to him, a special thanks to this episode to Nick Starfield. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves and hopefully see you all next time.